is Young Warrior, and I have been a musician and a sound system engineer for many years, I think from early 2000. So this would be my, I think, 8th year active in the music industry as an independent artist or doing productions or sound, DJing, playing, traveling, whatever you want to call it. So obviously my father is Jah Shaka, who is a legendary entity, I have to push it and say that, within the reggae music here in the UK, being one of the people who stood strong in the roots and culture. That was kind of when in the 90s, when it was, and late 80s, 90s, when it was swaying, he stood firm and took fast in roots and culture and dub music and righteousness, the music that was originally come from Jamaica, before it all changed. Many of the sound systems went different ways. They went to dancehall, they went to lovers rock, but he stood firm in the roots. And right about now, it's the roots that has now exploded all over the world. And to any corners of the earth, they're asking for reggae, they're asking for the roots music, not the dancehall, not the lovers rock, but they want the roots. They want the proper, they want the hardcore. So he was one of those, he was that man who pushed it and inspired myself and many other generations of sound system, many generations of producers, DJs within the industry, and not just reggae people, but people who, mainstream people like Simply Red, who used to go to Shaka Dance, and like The Clash, and all of these people were inspired, Sting inspired by this music, roots and culture music in the UK. So it's been a very important entity within the UK reggae music culture and popular music, which it is today. Very important, I've been inspired by that. Roots music talks to everybody, it speaks to every nation. You know, I always say, you know, this music is everybody's music, because we're talking about love, we're talking about unity, we're talking about strength, we're talking about reality, and the injustice of the earth, which affects every man, no matter what race, color, or creed, sex, religion, no matter who you are, where you are. So when you come to our dances and you come to our events, you won't just see an elder race, you will see maybe a younger race, you will see a young white student, you will see a woman who's never heard about reggae, but she might know Bob Marley, and she will come in and say, boy, I have to go check this vibes. So if that music speaks, it's just it just crosses every barrier, because it's about people. We're not saying this music is for that kind of person or this music is for that kind of person. It's about the cry and the feelings of the people, you know. So that's why it speaks to so many different nations at one time. Not just you have to give it differently to them and give it differently to them. That one message can be just transcended in one instant. Like now tonight, there's a dance here going on. So right here, you will see people from all different generations, colors and creeds dancing to reggae music. You know, that one beat, you know, that beat isn't, okay, we're gonna change it techno to get to the techno people. We're gonna change it to R&B to get to R&B people. That roots music, it just grabbed them, because it's about them. It's the feeling of the heartbeat, and that was from generations and generations and generation, that music, this music has been around and will still be around. Well, at the end of the day, we as youngers coming through it, we studied and heard about many different things. And being a black youth, my parents are very strong in the knowing about yourself, knowing about your culture, knowing about where you're coming from, knowing about certain heroes who fought certain battles. Like, you didn't just burn ya, you know, there's a history to us as black people here. So these kind of things made me play the music that I play today, made me carry on myself how I carry myself, and made me determined in my path to make sure that certain works of my foreparents didn't go in vain. You know, because I am here as a younger person, so it's my duty to carry it on. If I say, boy, I'm gonna stop, then it's dead. And I can't allow it, because, you know, so much work, blood, sweat, and tears went into building our nation. So we as younger people have to come and push it, no matter what way, shape, or form, but we have to push this consciousness. It's getting difficult now because the younger people are listening to so many different things. But we still have to still hold firm, because what we're doing is right. So we're not guilty. We just push through the same way. I've been to Africa once, and I spent, I think it was a month out there in Ghana. And what I saw there was there's many reggae bands and reggae instrumentalists just wanting to play. They just love music and they love reggae. You know, one of their big influences is Bob Marley, you know, who has obviously smashed barriers all over the world. So their big influence over there is Bob Marley, and I'm not sure about how the roots is nowadays over there, but I know it was strong at one time. But I know with the influence of hip-hop has been a very strong influence to the young Africans, and dancehall music has been very strong influence over there. So right now, I think how Africa is now was how England was at one time when it was changing. And we need some strong people over there to still push the roots as Shaka did here. We need some people to hold fast to it over there in Africa, and even in Jamaica, because it's gone sideways as well. So we need certain concrete roots people there pushing roots music.